What if I told you that she's been flirting with you all along, but in ways you never noticed? Most guys miss these subtle cues that girls use when they secretly like someone. In the next few minutes, I'm going to challenge your perception of flirting and show you exactly how to spot the signs that she's into you, but trying to be discreet. 1. She mentions shared experiences. One of the most common ways a girl will flirt when she's trying to be subtle is by bringing up shared experiences that you've had together. This could be anything from a funny moment at work to a memorable night out with friends. For example, she might say something like, "Remember that time we got lost on the way to the concert and ended up at that weird diner? That was such a fun night." Or, "I was just thinking about that project we worked on together last year. We made such a great team." By bringing up these shared experiences, she's creating a sense of intimacy and connection between you. She's reminding you of the special moments you've shared and the bond you've formed over time. When she does this, it's a good sign that she sees you as more than just a casual acquaintance. She's invested in your relationship and wants to deepen your connection by reliving your shared history. So if you notice her bringing up old memories or inside jokes more often than usual, take it as a subtle sign that she's into you and is trying to strengthen your bond. 2. She playfully interrupts you. Another subtle way a girl might flirt with you is by playfully interrupting you when you're talking. This could be anything from jumping in with a joke or a teasing comment to finishing your sentences for you. For example, you might be in the middle of telling a story about your weekend, and she'll chime in with something like, "Let me guess, you binge-watched that new Netflix series and ate an entire pizza by yourself, didn't you?" Or, "I knew you were going to say that. You're so predictable." These playful interruptions are her way of showing that she's engaged in the conversation and is paying close attention to what you're saying. She's not just a passive listener. She's an active participant who wants to be involved in your world. When she interrupts you like this, it's also a sign that she's comfortable around you and feels like she can be herself. She's not afraid to let her guard down and show her playful, goofy side. So, if you notice her jumping into your conversations more often than usual, take it as a sign that she's flirting with you in her own subtle way. 3. She gently teases you about your habits. Teasing is a classic flirting technique, and when a girl is trying to be subtle about her feelings, she might use gentle, playful teasing to show her interest. For example, she might poke fun at one of your quirky habits, like the way you always have to have your coffee a certain way, or the fact that you're always losing your keys. She might say something like, "I swear, if you spent half as much time looking for your keys as you do scrolling through Instagram, you'd never lose them again." This kind of teasing is her way of showing that she pays attention to the little things about you and finds them endearing. She's not making fun of you in a mean way. She's showing that she appreciates your unique quirks and personality traits. When she teases you like this, it's also a sign that she's comfortable around you and feels like she can let her guard down. She trusts you enough to joke around with you and show her playful side. 4. She finds reasons to be around you without needing to be. When a girl is into you, she might start finding excuses to be around you more often, even if she doesn't have a clear reason to be there. For example, she might start lingering around your desk at work, even if she doesn't have any pressing business to discuss. Or, she might start showing up at your favorite coffee shop or gym, even if it's not part of her usual routine. These seemingly random appearances are her way of creating more opportunities to interact with you and be in your presence. She's not necessarily trying to be obvious about it. She's just looking for ways to casually insert herself into your life. When she does this, it's a sign that she enjoys your company and wants to spend more time with you. She's not just showing up by chance. She's making a conscious effort to be around you more often. Liking what you're hearing? Hit the like button and drop a comment. And if you're curious about taking your dating skills further, our free 60-minute strategy call can help you learn to meet more women and date with confidence. Click on the link in the pinned comment to find out more. 5. She makes little self-deprecating jokes. Self-deprecating humor is a subtle way that girls sometimes flirt when they're trying to keep their feelings under wraps. By making little jokes at her own expense, she's trying to seem more relatable and approachable. For example, she might make a comment like, "I'm such a klutz, I can't even walk across the room without tripping over my own feet." Or, "I'm the world's worst cook. I once set my kitchen on fire trying to make toast." These little jokes are her way of showing that she doesn't take herself too seriously and is comfortable poking fun at her own flaws. She's trying to create a sense of intimacy and connection by letting you see her vulnerable, imperfect side. When she makes these kinds of jokes, it's also a sign that she trusts you enough to let her guard down and show you a more unfiltered version of herself. She's not trying to impress you with a perfect facade. She's being real and authentic. 6. She uses emojis strategically in texts. In today's digital age, flirting often happens over text messages and social media. And when a girl is trying to be subtle about her feelings, she might start using emojis in strategic ways to hint at her interest. For example, she might start adding more playful or suggestive emojis to her messages, like the winking face or the hard eyes. Or she might start using inside joke emojis that only the two of you understand, like a specific animal or food that you both love. These little emoji additions are her way of injecting more personality and emotion into her messages. She's trying to create a sense of intimacy and connection by speaking your shared language and referencing your inside jokes. When she uses emojis like this, it's also a sign that she's putting more thought and effort into her communication with you. She's not just firing off quick, generic messages. She's taking the time to craft messages that are tailored specifically to you. 7. She asks about your preferences in everyday things. When a girl is into you, she might start taking a more active interest in your preferences and opinions on everyday things. This could be anything from your favorite foods and movies to your hobbies and interests. For example, she might ask you questions like, "What's your go-to comfort food when you're having a bad day?" Or, "What's the best concert you've ever been to?" These questions might seem random or innocuous, but they're actually her way of trying to learn more about you and your inner world. By asking about your preferences, she's showing that she's curious about who you are as a person and wants to understand what makes you tick. She's not just making small talk. She's actively trying to get to know you on a deeper level. When she asks you these kinds of questions, it's also a sign that she values your opinions and wants to incorporate your interests into your shared experiences. She's not just going through the motions. She's trying to create a genuine connection based on shared passions and values. So if you notice her asking more questions about your preferences and opinions than usual, take it as a subtle sign that she's flirting with you and trying to create a deeper sense of understanding and connection. Before we move on to the next one, let's talk about how you can take your dating game to the next level. Transform your dating life as a member. Get a special badge, priority replies, and exclusive updates. Plus, you'll be supporting more content like this. Join now, link below. 8. She subtly emphasizes her similarities to you. When a girl is trying to flirt with you subtly, she might start emphasizing the things you have in common, even if they're small or seemingly insignificant. For example, she might mention that she loves the same obscure band that you do, or that she also has a weird obsession with a particular flavor of ice cream. These little similarities might not seem like a big deal, but to her, they're a way of creating a sense of connection and compatibility. By emphasizing your shared interests and experiences, she's trying to show you that you have things in common and that you're on the same wavelength. She's not just looking for surface-level similarities. She's trying to create a deeper sense of understanding and rapport. When she does this, it's also a sign that she's paying close attention to the things you say and do. She's not just nodding along politely. She's actively looking for ways to relate to you and find common ground. 9. She mentions being single without directly asking about your status. When a girl is into you but trying to be subtle about it, she might start dropping hints about her own relationship status without directly asking about yours. This is her way of trying to gauge your availability and interest without putting herself out there too much. For example, she might casually mention that she's not seeing anyone at the moment, or that she's been single for a while and is focusing on herself. She might say something like, "I've been so busy with work lately that I haven't had time to even think about dating," or, "I'm starting to wonder if I'll ever meet someone who really gets me, you know?" These little comments are her way of planting the seed and letting you know that she's available and open to the idea of a relationship. She's not necessarily expecting you to make a move right away. She's just putting the information out there and seeing how you respond. When she does this, it's also a sign that she's thinking about you in a romantic context, even if she's not ready to admit it outright. She's not just making idle chatter. She's subtly trying to steer the conversation towards the topic of dating and relationships. 10. She accidentally touches you in passing. One of the most classic and subtle ways a girl might flirt with you is through accidental physical touch. This could be anything from brushing your arm as she walks by to letting her hand linger on yours for just a moment longer than necessary. These little touches might seem innocent or unintentional, but they're actually a way for her to create a sense of physical intimacy and connection. She's not necessarily trying to be overtly sexual. She's just trying to establish a sense of closeness and familiarity. When she touches you like this, it's also a sign that she's comfortable being in your personal space and wants to be near you. She's not just respecting your physical boundaries. She's actively trying to cross them in a subtle, non-threatening way. And there you have it. So what's next for you? Discover what she does when she wants to find out if you like her back, or learn how to tell if she's using the volcano method on you. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.